What is good? It is your boy Slim Trader back at it again. And you already know it is another week in analysis. I haven't been able to trade Forex, unfortunately, because my funded account is on pause. They're trying to get rid of MetaTrader, and convert over to a different type of trading software. I believe it's going to be DX Trades. Looking at it, doesn't look like I'm much of a fan of it, but you just gotta adapt with the things that are going on, things that you can't control. But let's just get on to it with the pairs that we have, the usual of the week, and also adding Tesla and gold onto the weekly analysis as well. And we're going to start with my favorite, which is USD JPY. USD JPY is still in this little consolidation phase. I haven't changed anything since last week. And we're still consolidating here around the 150-500 area. And looks like right now we are breaking past this little trend line, this this green trend line bar. Looks like we're breaking past it. So we possibly will be seeing this pair go down this week. That will be what I see for my bias on USD JPY. I kind of briefly looked at some of the other pairs, and it looks like the yen may be we may be seeing of the yen, and possibly be seeing some type of bullish momentum coming from it. It's remained to be seen, but looking at, we'll get to Euro JPY, we'll get to GBP JPY, but they all seem to be right at a major key level, and it could be a possibility for a reversal at these levels, but we will see. Um, Temporarily bearish on USD JPY. I can see possibly breaking out of this consolidation and heading down, getting to this red bar first, 148 200 area, and then from there we'll see what price wants to do. But we'll probably start making some lower lows and lower highs from here. That would be interesting to see if the yen does, uh, if the yen decides to get a little strong here. As we can see on the 3 day, price hasn't been able to close above 155.45 ish. So although we are keeping a bullish bullish move, we haven't broken any higher lows yet, so we can still go up. But it just seems like to me that the yen may be picking up strength, even if I won't say that, but yeah, it looks like the yen could possibly be picking up some strength here. And then I look at, if I hide the candlesticks, I can see the moving average starting to possibly cross over and curve right here on this major level. So that would be interesting to see if it wants to do that. I know it kind of did it right here and kind of faked everybody out and decided to go up. Um, but we'll see if it wants to do that again. But passing this trend line, for one, we're at a major resistance area. Two, we have the daily with this big bearish candle. Three, and then we had this gravestone doji. Four, we still above the moving average. However, I can see it happening. I can see it happening. But we have to break some levels first. Um, Maybe getting back down below this consolidation box first. But we're right trading slightly below the midpoint of this consolidation. So we'll see what it wants to do. Let me go on a lower time frame, 4 hours, and let's look at the moving average there. So moving average was trading below the consolidation, now above, and dipped down, now it's below. It could possibly touch here and then head on up, or just continue down. But I don't know. I'm kind of bearish right now on USD JPY. And I'm looking at price getting to 148.500 this week. That would be my bias. for now. But if price wants to break above this consolidation, retest it, then we're going to 151,730, possibly all the way up to 153. I don't know if it'll move that much this week, even though we do have Jerome Powell speaking. So that can definitely move the markets. So that's USD JPY. Let's go to GBP USD. GBP USD, still I don't really like, but it's almost looking bullish. It's almost looking bullish. I still think it's ugly overall. And this black trend line downtrend, this been going on for quite a while. If I zoom out, like price has been respecting this trend for quite a while and dropping down tremendously. So when price was here consolidating, I just would have thought that it would just would have crashed down some more, but it's been trying to hold this area for quite a bit, for quite a while. And if I'm looking at the structure from a moving average standpoint on the 4 hour, we had this big drop and then we made like a double bottom. Now we're going up, we're making a higher low, and then we're kind of like moving up still, and we're possibly about to have the moving average crossing over. So price can possibly get back up to this trend line and then possibly head down, or it can just break it, retest the orange, and then head to the 128.5 area that I've always been expecting GBP USD to hit. And that makes the dollar weak if the pound still wants to carry on to the upside. We're still technically in the uptrend because we have this last lower high. We haven't eclipsed that yet. We're still above it right here. Until we break this red, until we break below this red, then we can start seeing price pummeling down to 123,350 area, and that is roughly about 180 pips. But I don't know. I see GBP USD still heading on up. We can possibly still get equal highs here and continue on to the upside. So far, I would say this: bullish on GBP USD until we may get a rejection here, this blue bar. We may get a rejection here at the equal highs, along with this black trend line, the downtrend. But until we break, I would say until we break this trend right here, that would be when I would think that price will start heading down to 125, and then from 125, if it wants to break below that, we're heading down here to 123, 330. So that's my bias. But until then, we're heading up still. I don't know if it's gonna break this, but we'll see. If it does, 128, 500. So GBP JPY, as I was saying about UJ, we're kind of like at a major key level, and this major key level, let me this key level, this gray bar, if we go back, I just go on the weekly. So because I know it was a while ago that GBP JPY came to this level. We got all the way up here and we rejected and retested and then crashed down some more. So we know this area, this area, this area, this area, they're all key levels for the whole move. Um, Even here, I mean, we saw price hanging around here and becoming a support at one point in time, or resistance at one point in time. So definitely keeping an eye out on this area. So this is where I think that the yen could possibly start picking up again. We do see GBP JPY getting to this midpoint and then definitely bearish, in a long bearish to where the moving average could be in threat of crossing over here soon on a daily. If you go on a lower time frame, you can probably already see it. The 4 hour already crossed, even though we're still trading above that midpoint between this bottom gray and this mid gray. So um, I'm bearish. We passed this trend line. We already broke it. We're retesting it. We see rejection. We have a big doji candle. We have bearish candle, even though we're trying to stay above, but we pretty much broke and closed below here on the last 4 hour candle. So we could possibly be seeing price heading down. We have point 1 right here, 188,444, where GJ can hit. And then we have point 2, 187,475 area. And then we have point 3, 186,200 area that we can see GBP, JPY go ahead and hit. Now, if we break this trend line, since we are breaking it and we make another lower low, we can see price definitely getting down to 186, 250 area. And that's what I think may happen here with GJ. Looks like I said, looks like the yen may be picking up some strength here. Um, Weekly candle, we got bearish, but we're still nicely above the moving average. So I think if anything, we'll be retesting the moving average around the 188,475 area, if anything, and then going from there. GBP AUD, what we have here is price last week ended up coming back to the 195 area, kind of retesting this little mini trend line that I had and now rejecting it. So we kind of almost made equal highs. Now we're going possibly down right now. We did make, if you look at the moving average structure, we made equal highs. We had this point, we had this point. Now we're heading down. So we could possibly see GJ come back down to 192,833. If not, if further down, I'm looking at 191,500 area where the trend line meets, and that's where I would be looking for buys. But until then, it looks like GBP AUD heading down, or we could just be consolidating within this range. I can also see that. Still uncertain about the pound these days. I don't know what it's trying to do, but we're still above this nice little trend line. We have this left shoulder, we have the head, and we have the upper right shoulder. So that all points to signs of bullishness. So um, coming down here to make another head with this left shoulder. This could be another left shoulder coming down, dipping down, making a head, right shoulder, then heading back up again. I could see that happening. But I'm still bullish, but I just think there's got to be some type of retracement going on. There's just too much support trends going on below price to where I don't see it dipping down too far. That's my opinion. I think this support could possibly even hold well for GBP AUD. So price may not even get as far down to this trend line. It may, like I said, consolidate or push up from here. But if it does break down, I'll be looking for buys around this area. Okay, so we're going to look at the dollar index, and the dollar index is going to let us know if the dollar is really getting weak or is it just playing around and possibly getting stronger. So right now we had this impulse move off the trend line. We made higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we broke this higher low area, and now we're trading below it. We're kind of rejecting the resistance. This is becoming a resistance. It was a support here. Now it's becoming a resistance. And if you look at the structure of the moving average, you can see that we're heading down and we're possibly crossing over on the moving average. And that's just on the 6 hour. 6 hour holds a lot more weight than the 4 hour. But if you look at the 4 hour, it's the same thing going on. But we do have this head and shoulders going on, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're above that. If we can see the moving average get below here, then we can start seeing price possibly getting down to 103,577 and possibly 103. But until then, we're still bullish. We're still bullish on the dollar. I actually, if I put it that way, I would like to see price get below this blue line for me to feel like it's going to start going down. But as long as we stay above this blue, the dollar is still going to be okay, and that could possibly be a lot of fake out. I think we're going to have some consolidation this week until FOMC, and FOMC will probably let us know what's going to happen. If the dollar index decides to shoot up from here, I don't see it getting past this area. I don't. 104,600. I don't see it getting past there. Or if highest is making equal highs. But other than that, from there, I don't see the dollar getting higher than that. And that's just me. Um, we do have like a little trend going on. If we can go back all the way to uh, let's look, September of last year, we've been kind of respecting that a little bit. So we're hitting that trend line and we're at a major key level. As right now, it's going to be a resistance because we're under it. So we could possibly see the dollar make a lower low from here and getting down to the 100 area. That would be the long term perspective on the dollar index, in my opinion. We can see price shoot up here and then start crashing all the way down to make a lower low. That will be, excuse me, that's what I would think. If we have this fib from high to low, we have and this is, I've been showing this for weeks now, we're at the 61.8 area. We got a left shoulder head. We can possibly move on up, make this right shoulder, and then start making this lower low, um, all the way down to the 99 area. So I see that. That looks interesting. So I'm gonna keep that fib on there for next week so we can see what it does. Euro JPY, like I said, the yen may possibly be picking up, but we do have this green trend line going on. I would like to see what price wants to do if it does dip down to this area. And we will possibly have like another double bottom going on, kind of like this W right here. We can possibly see that going on here with Euro JPY and then shoot up some more. It's going to be interesting to see Euro JPY past this red bar. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We remain to be seen because this right here, Euro JPY was kind of unable to pass that as well. If you look at the structure of the moving average, you have this high and low and lower high, and then it just crashed down. So here we go again. Looks like we may be doing the same thing, but kind of like maybe in reverse. We got the high, and we're probably gonna make a new high, and then I don't know it because I like this. This trend line is pretty interesting. I don't. I like to see that get broken before I start thinking we're heading down. Yeah. So price has to break this trend line. And the thing is, it has to break this support, this trend line, then this one, then this one. It's going to be interesting to see it drop down. We got interest rate decisions for the euro this week as well. So that's going to be interesting. That's definitely going to be interesting. So my bias on Euro JPY, I like for a bearish bias, I really like this big bearish candle, and then price didn't break and close on the midline. So we're looking at the structure of the moving average. We're still kind of up though. So until we can see a cross of that, I'm still kind of bullish on Euro JPY, but the daily has to break and close above this midline. It's going to be interesting to see what it does because we have the trend line too. It's looking just like GBP JPY. We did have this here, made a high, and then we broke below it. So this could be the retracement. I like to see what I think Euro JPY is definitely getting down to 161.8840. That's almost 100 pips, and then from there, I want to see what Euro JPY wants to do. AUD, CAD, odd CAD. I'm still bullish on odd CAD. I really am. I mean, we broke this counter trend. We're moving up. We got a bullish flag going on top of a key level. Even though we did on the 4 hour, we did kind of try to break through it, and we just rejected it. But I think we're still going to be in this little consolidation flag, and then eventually we're going to shoot up. And our first point of interest is 89,500. So definitely bullish on OddCAD. It's going to take a while, but I really think 91 is going to be the hitting spot for OddCAD. If we put on a fib from the low to the high, we are playing on the 61.8 on a key level. We're above it now. price Fib has price getting all the way to 92. I mean, that's right at the top of this gray key level. I can see that. I can see all that. So I like the way cat is moving. Like I said, it just moves slow. It just moves really slow. It would be nice to get past this level though. This is like the last high before the lowest low was made. So it we kind of almost have a shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, but I don't like this right shoulder being lower than this one. But I like the bullish flag going on here. I really do. So that all points to bullish vibes, bullish vibes for me on AUD CAD. So now we're gonna go to our stocks. I'm gonna do Tesla. Tesla, I accidentally erased my technicals last during the week, so I had to kind of draw it up again. And I mean, it's still for me. I'm still bullish. I just, I for one, it's taken a while longer than what I initially thought for Tesla to make the bullish move that I was expecting. I thought it would have hit 208 by now, but it hasn't. But it's slowly but surely trying to. We got this nice little consolidation range with Tesla from 198 to 205, 200, 205.50. And like that right there, so we can pass that, we can see what price wants to do. But overall, I'm still bullish. But I can see Tesla getting back down to 196 before heading back up. But look at this. Like if you look at the 6 hour, it's been coming down to 198.50 and shooting up. 198.50 shooting up. 198.50 shooting up. It's like this is good. It seems like we're holding this area, and that's good. That's good for Tesla. So still bullish on Tesla. I'm just waiting for that nice move. If we can break 208, 228, 230 is the next line of resistance for Tesla, and that would be excellent if you're holding for buys on Tesla. Um, like I said, we had this left shoulder, we had this head, we had this right shoulder. We eclipsed that area. That's where I had my resistance last time. Actually, I'm gonna move this down just a little bit, but that's where I had a resistance. We broke that. We retested with the trend line going on, and then we made a new high. Now we're consolidating on that, kind of like what we did here. Maybe we can get this big bullish candle the same way, and then head on to the next level and do the same. But we'll see. And then if you look at a broader scope of Tesla, where we're at the bottom of this channel, and usually on this channel like this one, we had the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and push up. This one just came down and just pushed up. So this one's having a little bit of trouble doing it. However, we do have a trend line to kind of follow for the time being. And I mean, it's the same thing with this one. If you followed this trend line, I mean, you would have been good until it got broken. But bullish on Tesla for now. Gold, last but not least, we had gold getting to 2050, 2050, I believe, and then heading down. And what do you look at this? Gold just shot up past this major key level, and now it ended. I mean, straight bullish candle in the day. If the next day doesn't end straight bearish, then we're definitely. I would like if I'll put it this way. Gold is going to make new all-time highs. All-time high was up here, the orange 2133. Gold look like it's going to make new all-time highs. And I'm not surprised because you think about the dollar. The dollar's been we've been printing so much money, trillions and trillions of dollars. We're in debt. And so the value of the dollar, it has to disperse somewhere. Like something, I know we're not pegged to any currency or backed by any type of asset or anything, but when you print so much money, things that are tangible like oil, like gold, like though the value of that has to go up. Um, And I think that's what we're about to see here with gold. Even when you think about Bitcoin, Bitcoin is about to reach all-time highs as well. Like the more I feel like the more and it goes with inflation and everything, the cost of everything going up. Like the more that you print, the more of these things there's going to be more value to them. And I think with gold, we can see here we've already the candle, the 3 day candle. I can go to the weekly, the same thing. The weekly candle already closed above any other candle ever for gold. So it's even though we have this wick, we still close below here. This is showing me that we're ready to make new highs. 2200 possibly. I can see gold in the in the long, not in the long term, but soon. I don't know how soon. So maybe sometime this year. I can say by the end of the year possibly. But you look at gold, it's and then we already passed this kind of like counter trend here, this red counter trend. We passed that with flying colors, If price does not decide it, I think we're going to see a retracement. But look at this. Let's dive into gold for a second. This move with the moving average just straight up like this tells me that this is a lot of strength going on. Gold is about to take off. Gold is about to take off. That's just my opinion. We done had this left shoulder, right shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then this push up. We broke this key level, even though we ended the 6 hour with a little volume, little doji candle, whatever you want to call it, shooting star, whatever you want to call it. But we technically we made equal highs here. However, this is a lot of strength. Like I said, starting Sunday and Monday, price has to be extremely bearish for me to feel like okay, this move may not happen the way I think it's going to happen. But if price stays above the bottom of this purple, we're getting up here. We're getting up here. So I can see a slight retracement, but the way that this moving average is moving, man, I would be looking for buys on gold. I want to see a little retracement though, and then getting in. But man, I wish my trading account was ready because I would be looking for this one straight up. I like this. And then you can look at the let's say 3 month quarterly view of gold. I mean, we've we've already eclipsed everything on this big bullish candle. We may see a slight retracement, and then we're making new all-time highs. I don't know why people are scared of seeing all-time highs of gold. It's not going to be the end of the world. The value of gold has to go up. We're printing so much money. Like the value of the dollar is crazy. Um, yeah, man, I'm glad I'm starting to look at gold now, but I think that's a moneymaker right there. And if you look at Bitcoin, I mean, I'm not really into crypto, but once you do technical analysis, everything's all the same. It don't even matter. But when you think about the future of something, whether it's technology and Nvidia, you look at gold, you look at Bitcoin, and you think about the future and what is used for, and then you apply technical analysis with it, it gives you a good understanding, a good idea of when to get in. Because like things like this is just gonna dip. Like Nvidia went down several, maybe about $80, $100 one recently, and then shot back up, and that was a good time to get in. But when you find like little dips, that's when you need to get in for this stuff like this. But we'll probably be hearing. I think we'll be hearing about gold more sooner than we think. But that's my analysis for the week. Thank you guys for taking the time out. If you have any pairs that you want me to look at, even stocks, I'm getting back into stocks as well. So, in either or, I'll be more than willing and more than happy. It's my pleasure to. I love doing this, and And pretty soon, gonna change the dynamics of this page. I think I'm gonna also give some teaching courses as well, just because I love it and I just love to talk about trading. So if anybody wants to take the time to listen to me talk and ramble about technical analysis and things of that nature, then this will be the page for you. And maybe in the future, when I do get my funded account back, maybe I can start taking some trades as well and showing you guys with proper risk management and proper technical analysis and psychology, your mentality, which is something I would love to talk about more. But incorporating all that in your trading and showing you how profitable you can be as a trader. But that's all I have for today. Happy weekend. Look forward to seeing you guys, talking to you guys again next week. Have a good one.